There's been a lot that's happened over the course of the last week, which I'm catching up on all the news and topics. And one that a lot of people wanted me to talk about was Hulu officially being a whole entity under Disney. Disney officially buying the rest of everything Hulu that was owned by Universal Comcast. So let's talk about why this is a big deal. So it's not hyperbole when I say that this changes everything in the media landscape, and I think a lot of people are overlooking how huge and monumental this is. So up until now, Hulu, well, by the time we ended up before they bought the rest of it, or as they're set to buy it, Hulu was still owned partially by Universal Comcast after Disney acquired everything else from the likes of all the other entertainment companies that were part of Hulu, which was a lot of them. Let's be clear about that. Disney now is going to own everything after they acquire the remaining 33% from NBC Universal Comcast. Now, they're expected to buy it close to 8.61 billion. This could go up or down a little bit depending on what goes on. But the big deal here is, and this is the big factor, once Disney acquires this, they own everything Hulu, which means it's wholly theirs, everything on there that they're putting out, they're making the majority of revenue of. So when they're selling ads for Hulu and it's playing on digital, right, when you're streaming it, they're getting the majority of it. Means Comcast Universal obviously isn't getting any of it. So when they're licensing shows in the future, let's say, for example, Universal has some sort of science fiction thing or whatever they're going to put out, right? When they license it out now, they no longer can get all the profits from it the way they did before, because now when they're playing it on a channel that's also on Hulu, when Disney has it, the profits are getting split more towards the Disney side because they're the distributor, right? It's kind of like video games. You have the distribution that takes a cut. You have obviously the parent company. You have the publisher. You have the developer. Disney now is going to control majority of it. This puts them in an interesting position, especially against Comcast. And this is what a lot of people aren't talking about, because Comcast owns TV infrastructure and internet infrastructure, and people through Comcast are buying digital TV through the likes of Hulu, which means now that percentages of revenue and everything are going to be completely different. So when you see, yearly profits and everything, Universal's is more than likely going to go down while Disney's does go up through Hulu. Now, this also puts Disney in an interesting position where if they want to sell assets, which we've heard they do, and that's why they're trying to streamline. And remember, a couple months ago they were talking about selling Hulu, but now they got it all. Their plans could have changed, or we're in for a seismic shift that only depends on Disney saying yes if they were offered something. Now, what that something is, I don't know, but I feel like Apple is knocking on the door and Bob Iger is building out the portfolio. To me, this is a telltale sign something is going on. A lot of people don't want to believe it, but look at what they've done. It's all here. It's a repeat of Fox through and through.